I have no idea what the hell this movie is or is even about.
Me either.
All I know is that Wonder Park sounds a whole lot like Action Park. Have you ever heard of Action Park?
No. Action
Park was a amusement park that was well known for its lack of safety. Because it was. Let me give it to you this way. The swimming park had a thing you could jump off of, and they didn't have the section where people jumped in cartoned off, so people could just swim over to the side where you were jumping in. And there were reported cases that people jumped off and then, wow, like fell on top of somebody from like a 15 to 20 foot fall. And then of course there was also the loop slide, which, dig this, it's a slide that has a loop in it.
That sounds like a great way to break your back.
Yeah. And you know what their safety precaution was?
Like,
if someone got you know what their safety precaution was? That if someone got stuck,
what was that?
Send another one in.
It's like the scene from Always Sunny.
Yeah, pretty much.
Stop sending kids.
They made a movie, well, a sort of documentary style version of it with Johnny Knoxville, and they called it Action Point. And it, for what a lot of people say, it does justice to just how messed up that park was, because not only that, but they also had go-karts that they modified to go faster. However, the exhaust fumes, instead of jettisoning at the back, instead would come up underneath you.
Did you have to sign like some kind of waiver before you went in there?
Nope.
How the fuck was that place legal?
1970s, dude. People were fucking crazy.
1970s, that's...
Well, yeah. And then whenever people started to get hurt and started to complain and lawsuits started rolling in, not only did the lawsuit started rolling, they changed it up and put in safety features and everything. But then they also changed the name. And also the reason why they changed the name is because action, meaning lawsuit action. It's like people come there. It's like Action Park. Hey, come here and you'll have a lawsuit.
Yeah.
And yeah, eventually, and now it's pretty much the norm nowadays. It's pretty much just your standard everyday place to go. They got arcade. They have an arcade. They have giant water slides. They have all the good stuff. That's safe. It's safer now.
That's good. At least that they changed the ways.
It's just
they get completely shut down.
Here's the. I remember in Pigeon Forge there was one. It was a racing track that actually had shells on them, to where you could actually bang into other people while driving the go-karts.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing that, and guess what happened about a couple years later? Someone stuck their hand out the window trying to get at the person they were trying to hit, and their fingers got crushed.
Ugh.
And they put out a lawsuit against the place because their fingers got crushed. That goes back to that Chris Porter argument.
Are you shitting me?
Everything.
Dumbass stuck his hand out the window.
Yeah, everyone.
Now you're suing me?
Yeah, everything out there should have the "Are you shitting me?" law attached to it. Mm-hmm. And I agree. Because, hey, guess what? If you do something stupid and you get yourself hurt, it's your fault. Not the park's fault. Your fault. You're the dumbass that stuck your fingers out the window and got them crushed, and now we lose the shells over top of the things, and no more intentional bumping is allowed. God, like, stupid.
I drove go-karts at the track that's like down kind of close to where we were at. And they did have like little bumpers on the side, so you could actually run into people, but they didn't. They were kind of built. They weren't really built for that. Like if you actually bump someone too hard, like your little shells would actually get stuck up under each other, and you'd be stuck to each other, and it'd have to come
that's why
apart.
The shells. That's when they had the shells on them. That never happened.
Right.
You could like bump into them and just like run them to the side.
Bumper car go-karts. Basically.
Yeah, pretty much, and it was awesome. But yeah, here we are talking about wonderful childhood memories.
We don't even know if that's what this is about.
No,
we're just assuming.
So, yeah, we're just assuming. I have no idea what the hell this is about. Let's play the trailer and see what's up.
All right.
Good morning, Animation Wonder Park is a go!
This looks like Sony Animation.
They said it couldn't be done, but behold! Who said it couldn't be done? They. Who's they? It's just an expression. Don't bust me on a technicality. Break, break, break! Uh-oh.
I never want you to stop using your imagination, but without wrecking the neighborhood.
Do you ever feel like Wonder Park is real?
Of course it could be. You can create anything you imagine.
From Paramount Animation and Nickelodeon movies.
Why is this here?
Wait, what?
What if the park you always imagined?
I'm in Wonder Park.
Came to life.
Run for your life!
Hey,
Skipping to safety, skipping to safety.
what is going on around here?
The chimpanzee zombies are tearing apart the park.
We need to fight back.
Oh no.
Duck and cover! Seems I have backed into the middle of something. Backing out? Beep, beep.
On March 15th.
It's time to bring Wonder Park back to life. Who's with me?
Ow!
I still believe in you.
If you can imagine it, you can ride it. The Sky Flinger. The Fantastic Fish Carousel.
Awkward!
Zero G Land.
I'm more of a 2 feet on the ground kind of guy.
And the Wonder Coaster.
I want to be down.
That is 90s as fuck.
You guys did block the wheels, right?
Oh, that's what this is for. Oops.
No.
Pull tight!
This is beginning to feel like a terrible turn of events for us all.
I'm with him.
Wonder Park.
Brace for impact!
Everyone look away. I'm going to throw up.
In theaters, March 15th.
Probably not gonna watch it. Just gonna be honest. Unless
none of those jokes landed like at all.
No, well, for one, it's John Oliver delivering them. John Oliver can be funny. It's just he's so overbearing with stuff. It's almost suffocating to watch his stuff.
It was like the kind of thing where like you felt like a slight chuckle kind of rise up, but it didn't actually quite make it.
No, it didn't.
And just the situations and everything that's happening, it just looks nonsensical and...
Well, no. But some stuff is not... Well, same thing can be said for Alita. Alita Battle Angel. But at the same time, if I don't find the characters interesting or I don't get invested in the characters... Like me, I love roller coasters. I always imagined, I could design a roller coaster that would be absolutely insane.
Yeah.
But
like the initial idea for this, like when I first started hearing it, I was like, "Oh, okay." Yeah. And then and then I saw it, and I was just like, "Underwhelming."
Tell you what,
looking like the word escapes me. Like you have it on paper, and then you have the execution.
Okay.
Like underwhelming looking execution of that idea. It seems like.
Personally, to me, you know what I would have preferred? I would have preferred if, instead of finding a magical, mythical wonder park, instead, what if her and her friends teamed up to actually make their own wonder park?
So that's what I was thinking right before they said that, is like that they had just decided to go back in the woods and basically build this awesome theme park and stuff.
Yeah, and it could deal with, and you could actually talk about some real things and actually get people involved and like do interesting stuff. But instead, no, we have to throw in imaginary characters. A stupid big blue talking bear, a porcupine voiced by John Oliver, 2 gophers, I guess, that slap each other when one doesn't agree with the other, and
it's like they tried to do the thing that a lot of kids' movies and just stream of consciousness like comedies and stuff do, where it's just you have these weird characters for no particular reason, but for some reason it works a lot of times, but it doesn't particularly look like it works here.
No. Well, I don't find any of the characters interesting. That's just me, though.
Like, the main character, like, the little girl is, like, the most interesting one, and she's barely there.
Yeah. Well, it's majority of the comedic focus is on the fake animals.
And just random slapstick that you've seen so many times that we're dead to that at this point.
Which, there is still good slapstick, but...
It's like, if you showed this movie to, like, a 5-year-old that's barely watched anything up to this point, they probably,
they'd find it entertaining.
Yeah, they probably really find it entertaining,
but
anybody above that age is probably going to be like, I don't know. Maybe
outside of that, I just feel like this movie's empty. It spins its wheels but goes nowhere.
And it just felt empty. Like, the trailer felt empty. It felt kind of lifeless, despite all the characters it showed.
Yeah.
I wasn't convinced of a living world.
No, me neither. Me neither. And yeah, I don't know.
Like, I almost was at the beginning when they were in the neighborhood, but when they actually got to the park, it just felt kind of dead. And if that's what you're playing your whole movie off of, it can't be like that.
You know? No, it can't be. It can't. And honestly, I'd prefer to see kids going in the backwoods and making their own thing. It'd almost be like a Sandlot kind of deal. Mm-hmm. Kids throughout the summer, they go back and they build this awesome park, and maybe it'll cut back to them years and years later.
Like maybe they had like a big wooden cutout of a character that was a big blue bear, and then they started imagining, and the bear became like a real character.
Yeah, that would. You see, that would be good. That would be more endearing, and that would be more. That would fit better. I feel.
Yeah.
Especially with this, and all of and there could actually be certain kids who don't believe in it and tell them that it's stupid. And then all of a sudden, it's just like, wait, hold on. Use your imagination for just a second.
Yeah.
like a kid who's back there and can't think of anything to add to the park. And they're just like, wait, think about it. Use your imagination. What do you want to add to the park? And all of a sudden, this kid's just like, I always like the bumper boats. And it's like, bumper boats, see? What do you think of that idea? Give the bear a name like Marvin the blue bear. Just be like, what do you think about that, Marvin? And then all of a sudden, she's just like, I think that's a great idea. Yeah. See, Marvin likes that idea, so let's put it to work. And then all of a sudden, that kid starts talking to Marvin like Marvin's real, and then they go and they get all these sheets of plywood and some tarps, and say something happens. It's like, all right. It's full, and then all of a sudden, it's like the tarp splits open, and water just goes everywhere, and the person is like washed down. It's like, new plan, new tarp, and then and you see, there's all sorts of ideas you could have to make this interesting and make this fun, but I feel like this is just going to be empty. It's going to feel empty. That's how I felt. If watching
this is the first trailer they've showed of it, maybe there's still time.
Maybe
to make it better than it looks, but
I don't know.
Oh no,
I don't know.
It's definitely the least exciting of the Super Bowl trailers we have watched so far.
Yeah, same here. I didn't get anything from this. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, this was Wonder Park Super Bowl trailer. So we hope you have enjoyed what you've seen here, and we hope to see you all in the next video. So until then, signing off. I'm Nate.
I'm Nick,
and peace out, everyone.